Welcome to Sunday Anime Chat, everyone. It's good to be back. I am your host, Pop Culture Mechanic. You call me Pop for short. After a lot of long hours of work for myself, I finally get a break on the weekend, which is nice. Only one day, but we'll be back at it tomorrow again. Working 10-hour days. But for now, going to be doing some anime biographies. After we go through the news of the week, we'll see what we've missed since last week. I'd just like to say hello to Candy Corn. Nice to see you. And anyone else that might be lurking and watching, listening. Let's get right into it then. Just hit this here. There we go. All right. Back on Monday, Konami announces Yu-Gi-Oh! Early Days Collection game for Nintendo Switch and PC. I do like my Yu-Gi-Oh! Games. Only the first generation, though. I don't care for 5Ds or GX or Zexal or any of those ones. Ninja Kamui anime streams early preview trailer. Collar Malice anime film gets stage play adaptation in August. Wow, you can get a stage play. Token Ranbu Kai Kyoden Moryu Honoji anime reveals more cast. April 2nd premiere. 2.5 dimensional seduction anime unveils more cast. July premiere. I bet it unveils a lot more than just that. Fate Samurai Remnant Games DLC launches on February 9th. Atlas, Vanillaware's Unicorn Overlord Games trailer previews companion interaction rapport. So it's a tactical fantasy RPG, launches for the Switch, PS4, PS5, Xbox on March the 8th. Atlas usually puts out good stuff, so I'm interested to see what they come up with here. Dyschronia Chronos Alternate Games PC version launches on March 27th. Go-Go Loser Ranger anime unveils Cadet Rangers cast. I wonder what this is going to be like. If it's anything like Power Rangers, or, the Super Sentai shows, it'd be good. See how serious they take themselves. Demon Slayer. Hashira Training Arc first episode screening opens at number 1. Nice. Gundam Seed Freedom down to number 2. Live action Golden Kamuy at number 3. Going back to Tuesday, Kamen Rider franchise inspires Ride Kamen's smartphone game. Oh no, a smartphone game. Always warn you guys, stay away from those smartphone games. They shut them off at you at any time after you put up all that money and time into them. Spy Family Code White anime film screens in North America on April 19th. Oh, right on. Oh, that's good. We can see some Spy Family on the big screen. We gotta wait till April. Nintendo Switch console sales reach 139.36 million worldwide. Wow, that's awesome. Good to see that people are picking up the Switch. Nintendo's doing well. Maybe we can read that article a little closer. Super Mario Bros. Wonder reaches 11.96 million units sold. Nintendo announced its results for the third quarter of its current fiscal year on Tuesday, revealing that its Switch console has sold 139.36 million units as of December 31st. The number includes sales for the Nintendo Switch Lite and OLED consoles. Nintendo sold 6.9 million units in October 1st to December 31st. Sales of the console were down 7.8% compared to the first through third quarters of last year, selling 13.74 million units in the April 1st to December 31st timeframe. The best-selling titles for Switch as of December 31st includes Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, 60 million copies, Animal Crossing, 44 million copies, Smash Bros. Ultimate, 33 million, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, 31 million copies, Super Mario Odyssey, 27 million copies, Pokemon Sword and Shield, 26 million copies, Scarlet and Violet, 24 million copies, Mario Party, 20 million copies, Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, 20 million copies, and New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, 17 million copies. Man, that's a lot. The new Super Mario Bros. Wonder game for Switch, which launched on October 20th, has sold over 11.96 million units. Nintendo said its overall sales for the first three quarters reached 1 billion yen, with sales outside Japan taking up 78.7% of that total. The Switch surpassed Sony's PlayStation 4 and Nintendo's Game Boy as the third best-selling console of all time as of the end of 2022, behind the PlayStation 2 and Nintendo DS. Very good. Keep it up, Nintendo. Keep it up. We see the other game companies not doing so well because of their own stupidity, and you guys are just stay the course. Keep doing what you're doing. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth reveals final trailer gameplay video demo. No longer allowed in another world. Anime's video reveals cast staff July debut. So this means were you banned? You banned from going to another world? This like anti-isekai? Guess we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait till July to see what happens there. EVO 2024 tournament reveals main game lineup. The banished former hero lives as he pleases anime unveils more cast. A lot of banishing of heroes I've noticed. Unnamed Memory Anime casts Junichi Yanagita as Lanik. Jellyfish Can't Swim in the Night anime's main promo video reveals more cast, staff, songs, April 6th debut. That might be, just from the title, it just might be a slice of life kind of deal. So, but we'll see. Vampire Dormitory Anime reveals 3 more cast members. Make a Girl Anime Films English subtitle first teaser unveils cast, more staff. Spy Family Code White Anime Film reveals English dub trailer, global theatrical premieres. Wistoria Wand and Sword manga gets TV anime in July. AMC Theaters, Cinemark Regal list Rascal Does Not Dream of a Sister Venturing Out Knapsack Kid films for U.S. release in March. Okay, so you go see those at AMC Theaters, I'm assuming. Nintendo Switch is now Japan's top-selling game system ever. Wow, it even beat the DS. That's great. Nintendo revealed the domestic sales figures for Nintendo Switch in its third quarter financial results of its current fiscal year. On Tuesday, the Switch console has sold 33.34 million units in Japan, surpassing the 32.99 million units sold by the Nintendo DS, making Switch the all-time top-selling game system, home or portable, in Japan. Nintendo Switch also recorded the largest number of annual players, which has reached 122 million. In terms of sales, the regular model sales has decreased by 34%. The OLED model increased sales by 6.2%, and the Nintendo Switch Lite also increased by 9.1%. Nintendo also reported that machinery business sales increased by 4.7%, and mobile IP-related revenue increased by 93% from the previous year to 75.2 billion yen due to movie-related sales and an increase in royalty income. The Nintendo Switch console has sold 139 million units worldwide, including Nintendo Switch Lite the Switch Lite, and OLED consoles as of December 31st. We'll skip by North American anime releases. We're going back to Thursday now. Shinkalayan Change the World anime reveals cast, staff, promo video, April debut. Sorairo Utility Original Golf-themed anime special gets TV series. There you go. That one's for you, Blaine. Got yourself another golf-themed anime. Oshinoko, the first slam dunk, win TAF's top awards. Oh, Tokyo Anime Award Festival. There we go. Yeah, everybody likes Oshinoko. I have not seen it myself, but it seems like it's really good. Tact Op Symphony smartphone game and service in Japanese and English on April 9th. See, there you go. That's why I tell you guys, avoid those smartphone games. They just end their service, and that's it. The Foolish Angel Dances with the Devil anime casts Kaori Ishihara and Ryotaro Okiayu. Yeah, I'm watching this. Angel Dance with the Devil. It's pretty funny. It's got the angels versus the devils, I should say. Yeah, I'm having a good time. Brave Bang Braver, an original TV anime cast Tetsu Inada. Another one I'm watching, Bravern. I like it. Very good show. Good mecha show of the season. It's got some good personality to it, so I'm enjoying it. Kinnikuman Perfect Origin Hen anime premieres in July. I suppose it was called Ultimate Muscle over here in North America, but Kinnikuman, like the wrestling anime. As a reincarnated aristocrat, I'll use my appraisal skill. Anime's third video unveils more cast. Opening song, April 7th debut. Okay, another reincarnated anime coming at you. Studio Apartment, good lighting, angel included. Anime's second video reveals more staff. Previews, opening song. Suicide Squad Isekai anime reveals more cast members. Okay. This is the way that DC thinks they're gonna pull themselves out of the gutter by doing anime with their characters, and it's like, no, you guys, you've ruined it. You're not gonna fool anybody, or you shouldn't. Nobody should be fooled by this. But they are finally realized that their way of doing things is stupid and losing the money, and they thought, well, we're gonna try anime. Maybe that'll help us out. They finally see that manga and anime is superior in every way to their garbage that they try to put out. Going back to Friday, Astronaut original anime's promo video reveals more cast and staff. High Card anime second season casts Ayumi Mano. I'm not watching High Card this season. I didn't even watch it last season. Hoshimachi Suse is vocalist for Trapezium anime film's theme song. Gundam Seed Freedom anime film's collaboration music video streamed. For all you Gundam Seed fans out there. The Apothecary Diaries anime casts Hoko Kuwashima. I know some people are out there watching Apothecary Diaries. I'm watching enough as it is. I can't have more on my plate, that's for sure. Girls Band Cry anime's first full trailer unveils April 5th premiere. Ninja Kamui anime's English subtitle trailer streamed for all of us ninja fans. Frieren, Beyond Journey's End anime's trailer previews second stage of First Class Mage Exam. The arc's next part begins in 23rd episode on February 16th. That should be coming up pretty soon. Okay, yeah, it'll be on Friday. I do like my Frieren. It's very enjoyable. Science Saru, MBS reveal cast staff title of first collaboration short. Campfire Cooking in Another World with My Absurd Skill anime gets English dub. I mean, you don't have to wait for the dub unless that's your thing. Watching subtitles is perfectly fine. Taejun Pak, Kim Jong-hyun. Viral hit webtoon gets TV anime in April with Crunchyroll streaming. Okay, so it sounds like, from the names, it's going to be some Korean webtoon getting its own anime. Neat Kunichi to Nazeka Dosei Hajimemshite manga gets TV anime. So Kunoichi, female ninja, that could be good. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. Moving along to Saturday. Oh, not very much happened on Saturday. Quality Assurance in Another World TV anime delayed to July. Quality Assurance in Another World. Okay. I'm curious what that's going to be. What that isekai is going to be about. Tell us here. Just a synopsis of it. Okay, here it is. Despite its location in a remote region south of the continent of Felnark, the island of Claiborne is made up of 5 small countries crowded together and in constant conflict. In the most remote reaches of the smallest and most peaceful country on the island, the kingdom of Vale, is the small village where a girl named Nicola lives a humble life. One day, while she's out gathering firewood, as she does every day, a massive dragon, a creature that's supposed to only live deep in the mountains, appears in front of her. Just as it's about to attack the village, a man named Haga rushes to the scene. Haga is a member of the King's Seekers, a top-secret investigation team. Nicola has never once felt bored with her peaceful life, even when every single day is practically the same. But after meeting Haga, she's so intrigued by Haga and his travels that she decides to step out into the world herself, and then learns the true nature of her world. Okay. Senpai is an Otokonoko anime reveals cast staff at project number 9. 2024 debut in video. Splatoon 3 Mario Kart 8 Deluxe World Championships delayed to April 13th and 14th. And today, Sunday, The 7 Deadly Sins, 4 Nights of the Apocalypse anime casts Tristan Platoon. Love Live Superstar anime season 3 slated for October. And that's it. You were all caught up to date on the news of the week. Next up, what you're all here for.
Welcome to Anime Biography.
Yes, it is time for Anime Biography, and this time we'll be learning about Paul Rush. And he played a significant role in Japan in the early part of the 20th century. And he had a lot of accomplishments. We have the synopsis here. Just going to briefly go over it. In 1925, Paul Rush is an American missionary. He arrived in Japan to help at the Young Men's Christian Association with the reconstruction efforts after the Great Kanto earthquake. And through his association with the church, he became a professor at Rikyo University in Tokyo and deepened his attachment to Japan as a result of conversations with his students. However, he had to leave the country when the war broke out. But then after that, he was able to come back and help out the people, help the people rebuild after the war. But let's get into it. This is quite a long one. This is a movie. So this is an hour and 37 minutes long. So it's quite a long movie, but well worth the watch, I feel, as I watched it. I just watched it yesterday, because that's when I had some time. And I think it was very well done. But let me just get things set up here. This. Okay, so let's begin. As it says here, the drama is fiction. It is based on the true story, though, of Paul Rush. So there he is. He's writing thank you letters for the donations that he takes for the area he lives in. So he has a nice view of Mount Fuji from where he lives, and I believe that's in the Kiyosato area. He lives up in the mountains. And there he is there. Older gentleman, I believe. They should give some dates and such. So they're heading to church, because he is a missionary, so they have a church there. And this little kid notices that he's crying because I believe one of his favorite psalms. They read one of his favorite psalms. Oh, a little bit of a coughing fit, and he is not doing too well. So he's at the clinic. He's getting looked over. The doctor's like, it was just an asthma attack. Everybody's pulling for him. They do want him to get better. And now, everyone tells, the little kid's like, he came to Japan before I was born. Yes, in May 1925. Also known as Taisho 14, which is how they did the dates for Japan. I believe that's when an emperor comes to power, it changes the period. So Taisho period Taisho 14 is when he came to Japan. And there he is as a young man. And the captain's like, hey, here's a little gift for you. You know, you're the only one who would play cards with me. And they're Lucky Strike cigarettes. And that's a real company. It's a real cigarette. I've heard advertisements for some of the, when I listen to my old radio shows, some of them are sponsored by Lucky Strike cigarettes. So it's pretty funny. So he has a fiancée back home in the States, and he's writing her a letter. He's just planning to stay in Japan for a year. He wanted to help after the great Kanto earthquake, and here it is. So here we go. On September the 1st, 1923, Taisho 12, that was when at 11:58 a.m. they had the great Taisho earthquake, and I think it was really big, like 7.9. Let's see here. Should tell us. Yes, magnitude 7.9, 140,000 dead or missing. That's crazy. That's a lot of damage from an earthquake. So before he settles down, he wants to go on an adventure just once in his life, you know. Things are pretty mundane for him, so he wants to go and help out and do something with his life. And they arrive, and there's Mount Fuji. There's the temporary YMCA headquarters. And as you can see by that ashtray, he is a chain smoker. Like, wow, lots of... And he's going for another one. He put one out, and he's going for another one. And he's making people very uncomfortable with all the smoke. As he's having dinner, he hears these two guys talking, and one guy's praising him. He's got his back to him, and he's like, oh yeah, Paul's a really good worker, but he smokes and drinks. He's like, oh. So he's quite surprised as he's walking through the areas, and he sees an English sign. And he's like, wow, I've never seen an English sign before. So he goes in to see, and they're like, hey, you want to come in here for a haircut? He's like, no. But these two people are having a hard time with their salon. And so with his knowledge, Paul explains to this guy, like, hey, you know, there's just students in this town. You want to go to a better town has more clientele that you can cater to rather than students. So they move to a different place, and they rename it the Hollywood Beauty Salon, and things are booming. They even opened up one in the Ginza. So they even asked like famous actresses and all that to get their hair permed, and then you could say that the beauty salon were the one that did it. And there you go. So he gets invited over by the two fathers here. They need some help, and they want him to stay in Japan another year. He's like, I'm not cut out to be a missionary. Yeah, they want him to stay one more year. So he's like, all right. He writes a letter to his fiancée. I'm gotta stay one more year, but don't worry. And yes, now he's working at the university in Tokyo, where they wanted him to teach economics. So he's like, hey, let's have our class outside today. Why not? He receives a letter. Well, I'm pretty sure I knew what this letter was when she delivered it. It's from his fiancée in America, and I bet you it's a Dear Paul letter. She couldn't wait any longer, so she's had to move on with her life rather than waiting for him. So he's quite sad about that. His students are very they really care about a lot for this guy, and they're like, they want him to be they want him to be their godfather. So they're going to be baptized. He's just very reluctant at first. He's like, no, I can't. But they're like, hey, it's because it's you. We want you to be their godfather. And he's like, yeah, they're very grateful to him and all that stuff for being a good teacher. So he started an organization. He didn't return to America like he thought he was going to. He's just like, okay, well, I'm going to stay here and help everybody out. And he starts an organization focused on prayer and community service. And this is where he meets the director of St. Luke's Hospital, Dr. Tussler. And they travel to America to try to get donations to help the people of Japan. Because don't forget, they're still in the 1920s, the later 1920s. And things aren't as modern, so they want to help everybody out. There's no bad feelings yet everybody knows what's coming up, so people are a little more inclined. So they've got a busy schedule to keep. Dr. Tussler is not doing very well. I think it's taken a toll on his body. So he wants to give them the best medical care at no cost, which is why they're doing this. They're going around getting donations so they can build a proper hospital or clinic in the areas that people need it and take care of people so that they don't have to suffer any financial hardship taking care of themselves. I think we bounced along here to 1933, which is Showa 8. And the International Hospital had its opening ceremony, so they did it. They raised enough money to build the hospital. But Dr. Tussler, I believe, he had passed on soon after the hospital was built. So now he's continuing to work alongside the Japanese people. He wants to build friendly relations between Japan and America. He took the Rikyo University baseball team they played abroad. He also tried to introduce American football to Japan in 1934. Then in 1936, I believe this is when they were walking through the hills for a place to build. And I found it. There he is, always smoking. Always smoking. So a lot of the students who looked up to him helped, and they were going to build the camp between the villages of Kiyosato and Oizumi. And they named it, one Chinese character from each town's name, it was called Saisen Ryo. And in 1938, they had the inauguration ceremony of Saisen Ryo. One day, while walking, these two kids are collecting wood. One gets hurt, though. And it's Paul. He comes upon them and he hears having a hard time. He sees the kid is really badly injured, a lot of blood. So takes him back to Saisenro and fixes him up. So these two are Shigeru and Takashi. So they're very poor, right? It's a poor area of Japan, not very modern, not very accessible. I think the soil doesn't promote very good growth for crops. So he's a very big inspiration. And obviously there's the rumblings of war coming. And Paul's like, nah, they shouldn't go to war. But then they explain, obviously, there's the military seizing power. So they're being warned right now. This fella, he's like, yeah, everybody should leave the country if we're going to go to war. But he's against it. He doesn't want to leave. He's like, come on, I want to stay here and help out everybody. So when he goes back to Saisenryo, and his students are all singing like the My Old Kentucky Home. And he's just like, wow, that hit me hard. That hit right in the feels there. So he doesn't want to leave, but he knows he's going to have to, because here's that fateful day on December 7th. I think it was the 8th for Japan, December 8th, 1941. And the broadcast on the radio is that they are at war with America and England. And he's just angry. And in 1942, I believe he was caught by the military and forced out of Japan. So they put him on a boat back to America. Obviously, we know what happened. Japan took a beating in the war, and in August 1945, you can see the results. A lot of devastation. And Paul was able to return to Japan as an officer. And I don't think he sees what the place looks like now. And he is not happy at all. A lot of his students that he was tutoring and trying to teach things to, they are dead because of the war. And he doesn't like it at all. So I think this fella here, the Bishop Sasaki Shinji, is asking him for help. To help revitalize the place. He says most of the people now live out in the countryside. Yeah, he wants to revitalize the agricultural villages. And he's like, yeah, of course. So he meets two farmers, and they are terrified because he's Gaijin. But then he meets these two again after years, Shigeru and Takashi. Shigeru looks happy to see him. Takashi, not so much. You know, he wants to shake his hands, but he's like, get the away from me. So the war has cost a lot of lives, and it has, made some deep division, scars that won't heal. So Shigeru's like, hey, come on back. As he sees Shigeru's dad is just suffering in bed there. They're trying to grow sweet potatoes, but the soil is not conducive to growing those. So yes, high elevation, acid soil, the crops didn't grow. So they need different crops is what they need. Because what they're trying to grow now will not grow in a high elevation that they are in, and the acidic soil. So they're suffering from hunger and disease. So Shigeru's got a dream to make Kyosato a land of plenty, and I think Paul's gonna help. And he recalls back to the doctor there, and he's like, you know what? He's a good inspiration, Dr. Tesler. And so Paul's got the same determination. And so he goes back to headquarters in Tokyo. And who is he talking with? Douglas MacArthur. So he wants to be discharged from the army so that he can help the people of Japan. But it's like, no, we need you more. So unfortunately, he gets declined to be discharged. And so they have a little town meeting in Kyosato. And he tells them his plan, what he wants to do to make it better. But it is met with great and fierce opposition. People are obviously distrustful. And they don't want anything to do. One fellow's like, I want rice more than a church and roads. And how anybody's going to come here for tourism. So he's going to keep trying and go to the prefectural office. He said they need some land. And he shows the guy how passionate he is about it. He's like, look, I can't ignore their plight. We've got to help these guys out. So they end up loaning him 300 hectares of land. So that's pretty good. That's a good size. And so I believe they're going to start farming on it. And once, I think they had to get donations because they're going to build a church. In 1948, Showa 23. Yes, they built the church. And it's funny. There you go. He's praying there. And you've got the kids that are like, there's a foreigner there. And they're like, yeah, it's a foreigner, all right. And of course, they're scared. They're scared of him. And everybody runs away and leaves the poor girl there. Oh, Mariko. They leave Mariko, and they're like, where is she? You guys just left her behind, like some friends you are. But he's going to run back and save her. And she's not scared, obviously. Paul's a nice guy. So they're walking through the forest. They saw that a little bird fell out of the nest, so they help put it back in the nest, and then they fall. The ladder. They tried. Too many of them tried to climb on the ladder with Paul and just fell over. But they're not hurt. It's okay. So Mariko has the news to say that the parents have forbade the kids from seeing the foreigner. So Paul, but she's just so sweet. She makes him a little amulet of her god. So it's just a cross. She made it for him. So that was very nice of her. There you go. She makes that for him. So he meets again with General MacArthur, and General MacArthur says, your repeated requests for discharge have finally gone through. So now he can really begin in earnest to help out the people of Japan. So once again, in order to gather the money needed for the project, he goes to America to get donations. And yeah, no, people aren't as forthcoming as they were before. People are angry about what they went through. They do not want to be friends at all, and why should they help them out? But Paul persuades them. He's like, I don't want people to suffer anymore from the war. So people do donate, but not as much as they could, I'm sure. And he did this for 10 months. When he finally did return to Japan, he brought cold-resistant seeds for vegetables and grass. And everybody's glad to see him. And he thanked her for giving him his cross that helped him. And he has something for her. And obviously it's a little statue of the Virgin Mary. And she notes that it kind of sounds like her name. Her name is Mariko. Mary Mariko. So now they really digs in to the revitalization project. And, you know, they see that a lot of the seeds he brought back are just doing very well. They're sprouting a lot. So this will help them out for sure when it comes to feeding everybody. But someone's in the church. It's Shigeru. He's praying. They tried to start a dairy farm with 60 Holstein cows. But they died. The cows did not do well. So now he's got a new focus. He's going to focus on bringing a dairy trade to this area. So he's going to help. I believe. So in 1950, the St. Luke's Clinic opened. Now there's a doctor there to help everyone. So they are not suffering from disease anymore. And so Mariko wants to show him something. She got Shigeru to give her that fruit so that apparently there's this little mouse that only comes out in the evenings. So she was feeding it and thought it was pretty cute that it did that. But Takashi, her cousin, comes and doesn't want her to hang out with the foreigner anymore. So it's like, that's it. You're coming with me. Mariko tries to reason with him. He built the clinic for everybody. He's like, yeah, but Americans killed Japanese in the war. So he's got some deep scars, for sure. I think his dad was killed in the war, so obviously he's going to harbor ill will towards all foreigners. The winters here are terrible. Just hellish winters in that place. Oh. So the little girl, Mariko, comes down with a bad fever. And they're going through the blizzard to go and see her. And there's the family. Mother, father, Takashi. Her cold got worse and she developed pneumonia. And he's praying for her to pull through. But it didn't happen. So he makes a vow that nobody should ever die of poverty or malnutrition ever again. So he's going to try to get this dairy business going. And nothing really comes of it until he meets the right people, which is how things go in life. You meet the right people and then, things happen. And so he tells these guys tell him, don't use Holsteins. You got to use Jersey cows. Apparently Jersey cows have tough body and resist cold. So he's like, oh, okay, so you got to use a different kind of cow. They're going to give him a bull so he can start with that. So that it can have lots of breeding stock. Right? So there it is. There's the bull. And so with the grasses that they planted and everything like that, looks like the bull is doing all right. Guy does not want to help him out, but I think Paul's going to be like, listen, I'll do it. And so they come up with a nickname for the bull, Lonely Bull, because there's nobody there with it. So Takashi's going to go see. I think he's going to spy on Shigeru as he's helping take care of Lonely Bull. But Lonely Bull comes down with a bit of a Like he's not eating as much. So, and it looks like Shigeru is obviously eating leaves out of your soup there. They're still not getting proper nutrition. And the only thing that he clued in on was that the cow was like eating the dirt the one day. So he finally gets the idea like, hey, Takashi, lend me some salt. He's not looking so good. But what they didn't realize was that they need a salt lick for these animals. And so now Shigeru has to get rushed to the hospital. But it's nothing too serious. It's the exhaustion and a bit of a cold. So he's going to pull through. So she explains that, yeah, animals and humans need salt. So they're going to both watch over the bull tonight. And when they wake up in the morning, the bull is eating, which is what they wanted to see because he wasn't eating before, but now he's all good. And it made it through the winter. And then proving that the cows can survive the harsh winter, they started on the dairy farming, planted seeds, and as you can see, lots of harvesting of bountiful vegetables and such. In the summer of 1954, they decided to have a bit of a county fair, as it were. So everyone came from long ways away to see the high altitude dairy farm. Even people who made donations from America came. So everybody came to see this place. And they must be the first time trying Coca-Cola because the kid just has like a funny reaction. And they've obviously got competitions for the best looking animals. And the 3 guys that suggested the Jersey cows came. They were there. So yes, it's a big success. Everyone is doing well now. And so the milk that was produced, they were giving it to like nurseries and orphanages at no cost because it's more important that they have some nutritious milk to drink. Then one day he was on a business trip to Tokyo and he got a phone call. His Saisen Ryo get burned to the ground. So what a terrible sight for him. But everyone appreciated what he did for the area, and they've come by to pay their respects and, give him what they can. So 2 years later, it looks like it got rebuilt. Seisenryo was rebuilt with donations from America and Kyoto Sato. And then in 1963, he created the Kyosato Agricultural School. So now people could come and learn about agriculture and how to do things at high altitude. And this is cool. Each of the graduates was given a Jersey cow as a present. He helped lay the foundations for Japan's modern dairy industry. And here we have some live action photos. You wish somebody gave you a cow as a present. Here, Whoopa, have a Holstein. There you go. So yeah, there he is. So he's been having a little bit of trouble. Anime night. How you doing? Good to see you. He got diagnosed with a weak heart and should have a pacemaker put in. He's like, I can't. And everybody's like, why? And people are like, after all these years, you don't have any money? So after all those years, he ended up not having a cent to his name. So everybody wants to help him out, of course. And he says, if there's something you want to do for me, then just, if someone's in trouble, just lend them a hand. That's how you can pay me back. So there's lots of donations that came in. And they had enough that he could go to America and get the operation to implant an artificial pacemaker. And I think it was a success. It should tell us here that it was a success. "11 years later, in Tokyo at St. Luke's International Hospital," he's reading a Christmas card, I believe, from one of his students. So, wow, Mariko shows up. And how is that possible? Well, I think you can sort of see what's going to happen. And it's just the live action shots of the ending credits showing what the place looks like. I mean, there's a statue of him. The guy had a really big impact on the area for sure. Oh, and then even afterwards, the people were helping from his society in the Philippines to do the same thing. Bring them water, electricity, all that good stuff. So there you go. Oof, what a long haul. That was a good movie. Very good, very informative. Talking about Paul Rush and the effect he had on in the area of Kyosato. So yeah, man. Yeah, you wish there's a physical copy of this anime? Must be preserved? Yeah, definitely. I was quite surprised how good it was when I watched it. Years later, a bunch of condos went up. Yeah, it was great anime. Oh. Okay. Yeah, we need more anime like this. Yeah. I mean, oof, done so well. Well, hopefully next week we'll have more. I'll be able to find some more good biography anime for us to watch. We've got some pretty good ones, I'm sure, out there. They're few and far between, though. It's not exactly the genre that they rush to make, that's for sure. So we'll just go through what I'm watching this season, and as you can see, and we'll try to get a little closer here. I am way behind. I'm like each show I'm watching, I'm like behind by one episode. If I find any physical copies that are being sold, please send the links. Yeah, for sure. That was an accidental pun there, Rupa. I didn't mean to. That was just an accident, but yeah, not the genre that they rush to. Maybe this will be a better. There we go. So yes, this season, Brave Bang Bravern. What a good anime, a good mecha show. Very good show. Yeah, and anime night, I'm all about the physical media as well. If you can't hold it in your hand, you don't own it. So buy, VHS tapes, buy DVDs, buy Blu-rays, buy even film. Even if you don't have a film projector, buy the film. It's that physical that can never be changed by anybody. It can never be taken away from you. But yes, Bravern. good mecha show this season. You kind of got the reluctant main character, and I don't know why he's reluctant. He's helping save the Earth, so I think he needs a little bit of his head screwed on straight. Chained Soldier. Really enjoying this one. This young fella wants to be a hero, and that's his goal, and he can be if he's the servant of the commander of the units that take on these beings from a different dimension. Yeah, it seems it seems like everything's heating up here to take down a lot of the main bad guys, and one of them might be his sister, so that'll be a twist to see. Delicious in Dungeon. I mean, yeah, if you don't want to haul around a lot of supplies, just, kill the monsters and eat them. As long as you can stomach them, or they are actually nutritious, then yeah, go for it. But I hope we're not losing sight of the ultimate goal to find the knight's sister that got eaten by the dragon. Like, they gotta really hurry up and get going here. It seems to be a little bit slow. Whether or not they're working up to something, I'm not sure, but it would be nice to see a little more plot development. Like, pick it up a bit. It says it's 24 episodes, so I guess they're maybe dragging it out a little more, but we'll see. Dr. Elise, Royal Lady of the Lamp. I like this one. It's like a redemption for someone who was terrible in a previous life, and then now they're living their modern life, and she learned how to be a doctor. Then she died and went back to her previous life. And she wants to be a better person now. She doesn't want to be that person she used to be. And she's going to do that by being a doctor and helping to save people. I mean, good for her. I do like it when people can change for the better and try to make themselves the best that they can be. So I'm enjoying that one. Frieren. What can I say that I haven't said about Frieren already? It's definitely, you got to be in the right mindset, but once you are, it's like one of the most enjoyable ones I've seen of this season. Yeah, if it's great, it's got magic, sorcery, it's got demons, it's one of the more popular ones, and I'm glad it is, because it's very well done. Hokkaido Gals are super adorable. Yes, they are. This show lives up to the title. It's cute and funny. I mean, that's great. I really enjoy just sitting back and relaxing with some just a cute and silly show. It's fun. Isekai Onsen Paradise. The guy gets transported to a different world, and he spends his time going to different onsen or hot springs. And there you go. That's pretty much it. These episodes are like maybe 4 minutes long, so it's nothing too crazy to get into. Meiji Gekken 1874. Historical anime. Hello, Pomni. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining us. Just going through the list of anime shows of the season that I'm watching, and this is the season I've watched so many shows. This is the most shows I've watched in a season. I think I bit off more than I could chew, but I'll soldier on and get through this. But Meiji Gekken, that's a little bit of a historical anime as well. After the samurai, the big Boshin War, and then samurai were no longer really needed, so they have to find other things to do. Some join the police force, some join the Yakuza, and there's a lot of bad feelings still from the war, and people want to take out other people that were causing a lot of trouble and doing terrible things. And we're following the one fella who went to the police department. He was a high class or a highly skilled samurai, and he's looking for his sister. But yeah, to me, because I'm a history buff, I really like it. It's fun. I shouldn't say it's fun, but it's very interesting to me, and it's got good action. And they don't think of anything of just somebody getting their arm chopped off by a katana. So there's plenty of that going on. Metallic Rouge, I gotta catch up. Like I say, I'm behind, but learning about this world and the aliens that attacked the humans, and then the humans had to develop androids to fight against the aliens. And then what do you do with soldiers when you don't need them anymore? Well, it looks like they go and live on Mars in their own little colonies. And then there's like the 9 immortals that are slowly being removed. And I'm not quite sure why yet, but I'm eager to find out. That's how you know it's got a good story, is when you want to know what happens next. Snack Basu. It's very Japanese, so unless you're really hardcore into the Japanese culture, this one you might not want to watch. But it's just about a little snack bar where people come in, they tell the people behind the bar their problems and such like that, and the main characters, the junior hostess and the mama-san, they gladly listen to people's problems, give them drinks, they sing karaoke. I don't mind it. Like I say, it might not be for everybody, but Admiral Snack Bar. Yeah, it can be enjoyable if you're really into the Japanese culture. The Foolish Angel Dances with the Devil. This one makes me laugh because you've got the girl who's the angel, the guy who's the devil, and she wants him to help her find other devils so she can exorcise them. And it's like, I think there's a little budding attraction between the two. And it's not just one-sided where it's the guy liking her, but she likes him as well. And it's pretty funny. I think in episode 2 they try to seduce one another with hilarious results. It's great. But we'll see what happens, because I've seen her exorcise a demon, and really they just turn into a chibi form, and then she takes a picture with them, like a selfie. And the guy that's the devil is like, is that all you do? Oh, it's pretty good. Strongest Tank Labyrinth. This is a good one because of for those of you that play MMOs, you need a tank, and you need somebody that's gonna draw the aggro when you go out to take on the bad guys. So he's got to try to find a treasure that can help heal his sister from her illness. All hail the chibis. Yeah, you got her, Rupa. Yeah, so like I say, I'm behind in that one as well. They're I think they took on what was it? The demon lord of the labyrinth that was right of their town. And yeah, they beat him finally. and I think he came into their town to talk to them. I don't know. That's where it left off, so I gotta catch up. Finally, the wrong way to use healing magic. It's a isekai. 3 students get pulled into another world. The one fella has when they test each one of them for magic. The other 2 have offensive magic, and he has healing magic, which is extremely rare. Once that happens, the primary healer comes and takes him away and is like, I'm going to train him. And he gets trained all right. He gets trained hard. But as you can see, each episode you watch, he makes more and more progress. And he is finally getting up there to where he's doing very well with healing. But what's coming up is the attack from the demon army. So we'll have to see how he reacts, like, on the battlefield. It's a lot different than just practicing. You've got to have your head on a swivel and make sure you're not being attacked, and you have to try to heal people at the same time. So, this is going to be something else. When that army does attack, I can't wait to see what happens. It can go a couple of ways. Either he will completely break down and not be effective on the battlefield, or he will be one of the ones on the front lines. He shouldn't be fighting because he's only got healing magic, but who knows? Maybe that's why it's the wrong way. Or maybe one of his friends will fall in battle. This could go a lot of ways. So I haven't been peeking ahead on the manga or anything, so I want it to be a big surprise, and I hope it will be. But yes, that is what I'm watching for this season. Also sprinkle in a little bit of Gatchaman, because I'll watch that in the morning before I go to work. And of course, what I have to watch for my reviews every week. So, busy pop, busy at work, busy on my days off. So, I'm glad today I got to have a day of rest, because I'll be back at it tomorrow, working 10-hour days for the rest of the week. So, it's gonna be rough. Don't even know if I'll have Trade Stock Tuesday, but we'll see. Might not be able to, but it's nice to have a day off. Yeah, at least one day. If they asked me, I was going to tell them no, but nobody said anything, so. And I'm like, Sunday, we'll get back to everything on Monday, and that'll be better. But yes, next weekend will be better. Things should be back to normal. It's also a holiday on the 19th. Oh, for my American friends, it's President's Day. But for us in Canada, or at least in my province, it's Family Day. So that's nice. Get a nice long weekend. And hopefully I won't have to be working long hours anymore, because our project will be done. Which you can come and see on Trade Stock Tuesday. Anyways, I'm going to start wrapping up here. Just like to thank everybody that came out today. It was really good seeing you all. Candy Corn, our own Woopa Troopa, Anime Night. I'm going to try to catch your stream, Anime Night, when you're on. I think you said 1:30 Mountain Time. Alex Moore, working man, always good to see you. And Pomni, thank you for tuning in. Please do me a favor, hit that like button if you can, subscribe. If you like what you see, tell your friends about me. Spread the word, Tell them, hey, there's this guy, he streams on the weekends. So what I usually do is Saturday is retro game day. Right now I'm playing Golden Sun. I had to miss yesterday because of work, so. But today I made it up for today on Anime Day every Sunday. And then on Tuesdays I do Trades Talk Tuesday because I'm a tradesman, so they say talk what you know about, and I know about the trades. So I explain to people what to expect, how to get into them, some of the some of the other projects I've been on. I have videos and pictures and stuff that people won't usually see. So yeah, warn me. We into heavy topics and other things, but it's all good fun. Okay, yes, I definitely want to check you out and see what goes on there. Yeah, I'm always up for seeing what other anime channels are doing. Speaking of other channels, there's other channels of people that I watch personally and enjoy. Like you can go and see Pacific 414 or Blaine's Escape Corner. And I know Blaine broadcasts every weekday at 7 p.m. Pacific time, so you can come and escape to his little corner of the internet. There's Ronin66, there's DJ Ronnie G, there's Brandon the Anime Guy, who was on this morning very early doing like a game stream. I always like watching Brandon's show. It's very enjoyable. There's the Angry Canadian, Whoopa Troopa, who is streaming. I like watching his chill streams. And then there's Punk Waddle. You can find him at Floral from Under a Rock and on Snowdub's channel. You do plan on a lot of anime stuff from figures to shows? You have something planned? Ah, good. Yeah, and Brandon and the others are fun. Sure they are. I enjoy watching Brandon's show. Don't forget about Whoop Nanigans today. Hey, yeah, I'm going to be on with Whoopa and a few other people as we play Lethal Company. And this time I'm not picking up any frisbees that you tell me to pick up, because they aren't frisbees, they're mines. So I've learned my lesson. You have a history of anime video if you want the links to them and such. Don't hesitate to ask. Okay. I have a Discord. It's called The Shop, because that's where all the tradesmen hang out. We hang out at the shop. We must appease Boss Cthulhu. So yes, coming up Tuesday, Trades Talk Tuesday. I'm not sure if I'll have one. If I'm home too late, I might just have to pass it by, because it gets too late for me, and I don't want to go in unprepared. So but I will let you guys know. Saturday, as I said before, game streams, Golden Sun. Gotta level up. Gotta get high enough level to get past these two bosses that I'm trying to take on. Sunday, anime chat. Once again, checking out biographies of in anime style. So if you want to learn, earlier on I did Princess Diana. That was last week, and I did what was his name? Oda Nobunaga. So those are really good to learn about the history of people. Thanks Whoopa, for putting that in the chat there, my Discord link. Much appreciated. You're a good wrench, Whoopa. So yeah, that is it for me, everybody. Like I say, I am very grateful that you guys showed up. It was a fun time. I had fun. I hope you did too. You wish we had more history anime? So do I. I believe I did do a stream last year about historical anime. So this one I chose biography because it's neat that they decided to go in that direction and make an anime about real people. And of course, it's mostly people that have affected Japan. So that's important as well. That's relevant because I do have an interest in Japan. Yeah, they do. They deserve a spotlight. For sure they do. Exactly. And yes. So, quite a while. I'm going to wrap her up here. As I said, it was great having you guys come by. I really appreciate you. I will be checking out your stream, Anime Night, and I will also be playing Lethal Company with Whoopa and friends on his channel. Hopefully have a good time. And just try to take it easy today because it's a nice day of rest. So until next time, when I hope to see you, I have been Pop, and I am signing off.